Hello, I'm Lawli, I'm back again, and Shuttleart have sent me this big old box of acrylic paint markers, so I'm really excited about this. I have used acrylic paint markers a lot in the past, but I have never used the Shuttleart brand, so I can't wait. I haven't had a look at these yet, so I'm going to be unboxing them for the first time in this video. I'm also going to swatch them out. I'm going to do a couple pages in my sketchbook, so I don't know, I'm so excited. So they come in this really nice box. I get 60 colours in there. They're waterproof, quick drying, odorless, brush tip, which I do prefer. So first thing we've got inside is this envelope. Oh, that's really handy. I want every brand to do that now. So you can actually like colour over these blank stickers with the colours of the markers, and then you have a true paint colour for each of them at a glance. I like that. Oh, I like this. Oh, this is exciting. I really like this box. That's really handy. Yeah, remember to shake them. Oh, so you don't need to pump these as well, which is really cool. Oh my god. Oh, what? Oh, that's so cute. They give you like little colouring sheets. Oh my god, that's adorable. There's like really fine details in these as well, which it's setting themselves up. Like, that's giving me a big expectation for the brush nib. Oh wow. Oh, this is so sweet. It's a really nice paper as well. Oh, I love that. We've got the colour swatch sheets. Oh, so they give you one in white and in black. Oh my god, I was so excited. Okay, so that's all like the bits in the envelope. That was so sweet. I'm so excited now. I really like when brands put a lot of care into their packaging. It makes a big difference for me. I like to feel special when I buy something. I like to feel like I've put my money into something that's just really fun, and stuff like that makes a huge difference to me. Oh, I was expecting this to like lift out. Am I gonna have to lift each layer individually? No. Ooh. So you've kind of got like the option of them having like a carry case, or like laying them all out, which is really handy for when you're like actively working with them. So you can undo these clips and have them all laid out. There we go. I've got really cold fingers today, so trying to maneuver stuff like this is hard. Okay. Ooh, okay, so it looks like a lot of these are going to need a good shake. It's been so cold here, so I don't think that helps. But let's just open all of these little clips. So if you're white, you've pale skin tones, some yellow, orange, red, some more like peachy skin tones, some pinks and purples. We've got purples into blues, a very appealing set of greens. I'm not even a green person, really, but these are gorgeous. Oh, and some really nice like muted colours, and browns and greys, and of course black. Okay, I'm gonna swatch all of these out, give them a really good shake as well. Oh, I'm so excited. I had so much fun swatching these. I really love the colours. I don't know how to explain this without sounding really stupid. So I'm gonna need you to bear with me for a minute. Whenever I get acrylic markers, I feel like the colours are always like super pigmented. I'm always a little bit put off by how saturated a lot of the colours are in alcohol markers. I'm more of a kind of muted, desaturated colour kind of guy, and I think that this colour range is such a perfect combination of desaturated muted tones and really nice bright colours. Every single colour in here is absolutely beautiful. There's some that I literally swatched and was so excited, like immediately filled with ideas of how I want to use that colour. This is the bit that I don't know how to explain, because I feel like acrylic markers usually look like the colours you would typically get with acrylic paint, duh. But I feel like acrylic paint is a very saturated medium. These almost feel like a gouache palette to me. There's such a softness to the colours. I don't know how to explain what's in my head. I love them. I love them. I've never been so excited about a color palette in my life. There was one marker that was dry, which I'm really, really sad about because it's a color I would make so much use out of. It's a really perfect skin tone. It's definitely a marker color I need, so I'm gonna have to do a bit of experimenting to see if I can get that. Maybe it's just the nib. Maybe if I like hydrate the nib with some water, get the paint flowing again. I also wanted to say about the coverage of these. So I would consider these to kind of be like a kind of in the middle for me, and I really, really like that. Again, I didn't fully shake these, so it might just be that's what the issue is. I quite like to blend my markers, and I like to layer on top without covering what's underneath too much. I often do an underpainting for my acrylic paint marker drawings, and I like that to be through a bit. Basically, everything I'm saying right now, this is my ideal acrylic marker set. This is like the dream. Oh, I'm so happy with it. Google told me to just soak the nib in a bit of warm water for a bit, so I'm gonna do that while I go make another coffee. Okay, unexpectedly, my heart is set on drawing my OC skunk. I will put a couple photos of her on the screen. I never draw her. I don't think most people will know who she is regardless of which of my social media you've come from. Yeah, I think the only time I've drawn her traditionally was in my little mini sketchbook. It's this little doodle here. So it's been a while. I'm really bad at explaining my original stories and stuff, and it's just a curse that I can't talk about them, but Skunk is this rebellious teenager that hangs around Silas and looks up to them a lot, which is not great for them, but she's alright, she'll be okay. Mostly. I'm gonna just jump straight into sketching something. I've saved a couple reference photos. I think I'm gonna draw a skunk, I'm gonna draw a rainbow trout, and maybe a frog or a snail. Going very like green and blue and brown for this color palette. I think I'm gonna draw them smoking. I've got two reference photos I saved, one of them doing like a little peace sign over the eye and one of them smoking, but I think it'd be really cool to draw the smoke. So I think I'm gonna do that. I haven't warmed up today either, so I'm just really jumping straight in, but it's getting quite late in the day now and I only get so much recording time because it is winter and I rely on daylight because the recording with the artificial light looks really bad. So we're just gonna have to hope I can get a lot done. Also just some like general sketchbook rambles as I work on this. I am finally starting to feel the urge to get a bigger sketchbook. Not huge, not as big as the last one, but bigger than this one. It is finally, I'm officially out of art block enough that I miss making something a little bit more detailed or having a bit more space. Because you can't really do much more than, I'm not very good, I draw small. I can't fit in that much detail this small. And I'm missing, I want to draw like not necessarily a full body, but most of a body in the sketchbook comfortably and not feel like it's horribly simplified and under detailed. I don't need anything big, but this is like the smallest, I think, size of this type of Moleskine, and I would like to go back up to the second size, which is what I had in sketchbook 1. Oh my god, hi, this is voiceover Oliver from almost a week later. I had a lot of trouble with this sketch. I wanted to talk through it and have it real time and then quickly realized I was suffering and I did not want to do that. So I sat in very frustrated silence for most of this sketch. Warm up first, kids, that's the correct way to draw. But also maybe warm up specifically by drawing the character that you intend on making an illustration of if you haven't drawn them in a long time. I don't know, crazy idea. A lot of this will be done as a voiceover, unfortunately, because I very quickly realized that I did not have much daylight on this day. I slept in a little bit and the sun has been setting at before 4 o'clock. So it was a race to try to film as much as possible because I'm quite a slow artist. I am a slow piece of IKEA furniture, sure, but alas, I fear that makes for a slightly shorter video than usual, so I apologize for that, but maybe it makes a nice change. I don't know, I'm finding excuses. Oh, and I'm drawing the trout, okay. So I really wanted to draw a fish, as always drawing fish at the minute, but I decided that a rainbow trout would be the best option for Skunk's colouring because of her skin tone and the green in her outfit. When it came to choosing the colours for this piece, of course I had my heart set on Skunk, which means I had to use the dead marker. I think I did alright with reviving it with water. Normally with acrylic markers I work light to dark purely because I'm used to alcohol markers and that's how I use those. Same with like watercolours. However, I know that most people do dark to light for acrylic markers, and I thought I'd give it a shot with the skin tone, and I did enjoy it. I do think it definitely works better for darker skin tones, but I don't know if it's something I do consistently because it felt so scary to me to do the shadows first. The colours blend really nicely on these. I had a lot of fun with the blending. Normally I use a lot of finger painting and like damp brushes, but I found I didn't have to do too much of that with these ones. Like, yes, I am talking about the colours again, but there is just such a nice gradient between the colours that you just don't need to blend as much, I found. I was also really impressed with the lack of any sort of damage to the paper. With hard nibs like Posca especially, I find that my paper gets torn up quite a lot. This paper isn't particularly designed for lots of layering with a harsh nib, so having the brush tips, which are a lot softer on the paper, really helped, and I was able to layer up quite a lot. I wasn't entirely sure how I wanted to use the colours for parts of the skin especially, so I was able to quite freely layer colour on top of colour without any damage to the paper, which was really impressive. I feel like because I do such a crap job of talking about my characters on my Instagram, I definitely owe you guys some kind of explanation here. But trying to explain Skunk without explaining all my other characters in that story is really difficult. I definitely want to do a video talking about Silas specifically and their role in their universe. All the characters in Silas's story are pretty morally grey or just straight up just not grey. So Skunk is kind of like the innocent in the story, I suppose. She's just a little baby and she's so cute. Look at her little face. I think her sort of dynamic with Silas is equal parts cute and funny and also like low-key horrifying and, I don't know, upsetting. I get upset thinking about it. So I think it's a really interesting one to delve into when I do finally feel comfortable or just understand how the hell I'm supposed to talk about my OCs. I've spoken about Audiio a couple times on my Instagram and posted a couple pieces of her, but not for a while, so I forgive you if you don't know who she is and you've come from Instagram. But Audiio and Skunk's dynamic is so cute, so unbelievably cute. I love them together. Realistically, a lot of Silas's story is found family, but the family is bad. I'm really excited to talk about it properly one day, and I think I probably will just do a video like this where I will draw a really cute piece of this messed up little family and just yap over the top of it and probably spend about 5 hours editing that yap. But I hope that, you know, I get a lot of interest in Silas's story, which is really, like, it means a lot to me. So I don't know why I've chosen to delve into it a little bit on this acrylic marker video, but I think I just feel bad about not actually speaking through the drawing process of this one. I think I'm gonna give my poor brain a rest now and pause on the awkward monologue. So I'm gonna play some music and I will come back for talking about how the fish went. Okay, I lied, I'm back again. But one thing I did want to ask is how on earth do you guys go about shading black hair with acrylic markers? because the one thing that I really don't like about acrylic markers is the lack of dark tones, and I find it really hard to shade anything that is intended to be black or a particularly dark color. And as a person with most of their OCs having black or very dark hair, how are you supposed to do that? I think I did an okay job here, but it's not ideal. I got onto the fish now, and typically with acrylic markers I do my fish kind of painterly. I normally do an underpainting, and I do a lot of finger painting, and I use a paintbrush with a bit of water, but I kind of wanted to do something not necessarily flat this time, but experimenting with that a bit more. I'm not sure how I feel about it. I do kind of wish I'd at least done an underpainting in that pink color, but I think it looks okay. It's just not normally my style. But again, I had a fun time blending all the colors together. I tried to limit myself to colors that I'd already used for coloring skunk, which is what I typically try to do for spreads like these, where I am just using one material. I think it creates a really nice cohesive color palette. I can't say it's necessarily the most biblically accurate rainbow trout out there, but it was definitely fun to draw, and I think he looks kind of cute. He looks silly. He looks like he's dying from the smoke, which is kind of sad, but I get it. This is a no smoking campaign drawing, just to be 100% clear. Don't smoke, kids. Also, I wanted to say that I do not have any form of YouTube schedule in mind. I feel like I'm going to be uploading fairly regularly at the minute because I am #blessed, and a lot of really cool art supply companies have reached out to me to send me some free products to make a little video on, which is so exciting. I am a massive art supply nerd, so this is just a dream come true. There's no words for how cool this is to me, and I'm so excited to just try new things and make art inspired by all these cool supplies. I can't wait. For the time being, I would say that my goal is to create one video every month. I've got a few things lined up in my brain and a few collabs that I'm hoping I'll be able to record videos on soon, but my most used social media is 100% Instagram. I post something there at least a couple times a week, so if you have been enjoying my videos, please go check me out over there. I'm Lawli37 there as well. I also just want to say thank you quickly to everyone who's left me comments, because oh my god, you guys are so sweet. What the hell? It's such a sweet community here, and I've had such absolutely adorable comments. I'm a little bit blown away with just like how sweet everyone is. So thank you very much for everyone who's taken the time to write a little comment. I smile like an idiot every time I read them. To kind of wrap up my thoughts for this video, these markers were so much fun. I can definitely see myself using them a lot. The color palette was just absolutely perfect for me. I can't get over it. So they're definitely going to become a staple in my art supplies. Thank you again to Shuttleart for sending me these. Please go check out their socials and their website, have a look at their art supplies. I highly recommend them. Here's the finished art. I'm really happy with it. I'll try and post a better photo on Instagram, but I hope you have a lovely rest of your day / evening, and I'll hopefully be back with another video soon. Bye!